Hi, Lloyd. Look, a few of those things we were looking at is with your setup. Obviously, it's being a lot more open, feeling like you're playing a cut shot at table tennis, where you're working open, you're keeping the blade working open and under. And a few things that we talked about is that if you look at the base of your sole here of your wedge, I don't know if you can see that one there. You can see how you've worn all in the heel of the club. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get you to get the stage where you're getting that toe to bounce a little more. It'll always dig more with the heel. You can imagine this part here when you're hitting the ground tends to dig and chunk in. So really making sure that when you're playing those shots that the toe's tending to work more hitting the ground first than the heel. And the fact that we're working outside and we're working under the ball is actually getting that to bounce and to skid through. And it's why we talked about the rake and basically being the back of the wedge being higher in the leading edge so it can bounce out. We can see with yours that you tend to play very much towards the front edge. You're getting it very, very square. So from time to time what you tend to do is you tend to get those little fluffy ones, hit with the heel, getting too much of the leading edge. I'm going to encourage you to play that cut shot, working the back of the wedge a lot more than what you've been doing. The reality is the shaft's going to is going to be a little bit more erect, not quite so flat as we're setting up. Okay, going well, and you can see your action with your wedges a lot more outside than it has been. All the best. So we're looking at your chipping action today, and the thing we've started off, blade, grip, stance, posture, and the thing we've talking about is how much more open your body line wants to be, and but not necessarily your shoulder line. And we're trying to get more like the cut shot at table tennis, where we're slightly outside the ball and trying to make that fade shape. So whenever you're ready, just well done. Great shot, and you can see there with that ball shape that you don't get that same amount of cut off the ground as you do off the mat. Good shot. So the thing we've looked at here is the way that we've got that left foot slightly back. We've got that nice little lean on that left side with that hip, and that's where we said sort of little step, big step, left side line. And we're playing some little sort of outside cutty wedge shots here. Well played. Previously you were very shut, and that tendency for you to come too much on the inside with your wedge play and also with your long game is something that we're looking at altogether. Hand shape's looking pretty good here. You look slightly close to the ball at the moment. I wouldn't mind if you got a little bit further away from the ball. If you just stretch a little bit more, that's good. Feeling left hips up forward, that's nice. Slightly outside, playing that little cutty shot. Well done, good, well executed. The thing we've talked about here is trying to keep that blade of the club more open. That was beautifully played, boy. And that popped, didn't it, when you hit the shot? Feel that popped underneath the ball when you hit it, bounced in and bounced out. That was fantastic. So we're looking good here. We're starting to get a lot more open with that base of yours, that left foot back. Blades working and sitting nicely under the ball. Little clean, nicely finished. So we did look a little bit at blade grip, stance, posture, and we've had a look at that from the front view. We need to get that backside sitting out a little bit more to get your posture a little bit better. But looking at that first line, works a little bit on the inside, and that's where we get that wee bit of draw from. I think it's just past excessive. You tend to get too much right to left shape, and so we are working at trying to get that first position a little bit squarer. Something like the wedge shot where you worked outside, you're going to be in between that and where you currently are. But setup's looking a lot better from the front view. Well done. So we're looking here at Ernie Els from behind. The thing we're looking at here is the ability for him to maintain his spine angle at around about 100 degrees from the original shaft line. So that spine angle, he's rotating around his spine angle, which is, as I said, you know, at about 95 to 100 degrees from the original shaft angle. We're going to be looking at his positions, what I'd call the takeaway, the loading, and the top of the backswing positions.